Welcome into another edition of the Big Ten Hockey Report. Rick Pizzo, Paul Caponigri along for the ride. Cappy, if you're a guy who likes to watch goals being scored, this past weekend in the Big Ten was for you.
For me, I loved it. You probably, as a former goalie, didn't, but 9 goals for Michigan on Friday, backed up with 6 on Saturday. I loved watching that. That's
where we start. The Wolverines and Spartans resuming their in-state rivalry, and as Paul mentioned on Friday night, all Michigan. Now, the Spartans enjoyed an early 1-0 lead, Mason Appleton's goal, but from there on, it was all maize and blue, peppering Jake Hildebrand with 20 shots in the first period, scoring 5 goals on their way to a 9-2 win. As for Game 2 of the Mitten State Series, how about this unique look and listen?
Here's Gadd along the near boards. Little opening. Pavlik in, shoots, scores! So again, Michigan State strikes first. Stewart, quick centering attempt. Dexter Danks. Michigan has tied it. Downing the curl, ebbing the steal, shorthanded breakaway in, shoots off the goal post. Racine got a piece of it, then he was helped out by the goal post. Tail under this Michigan power play. Bunievis hands to Werenski. Rebound, Maroney. Power play goal. First lead of the night for Michigan. Werenski scores. Sweet music to Michigan. Trying to create a pass there with that shot, but Racine wouldn't oblige. And it's Mott the other way with Kyle Connor. Mott swings it wide, scores! Just too much Michigan. The Wolverines complete the weekend sweep.
While the entire Wolverine team was an offensive juggernaut, 2 players stood out among the rest. This week's first and second stars, respectively, J.T. Compher and Kyle Connor, combining for 5 goals and 13 points in the weekend series against Michigan State. This 1-2 punch, Cappy, quickly becoming one of the most dangerous duos in the entire country, both right now among the top 10 in the nation in total points.
Yeah, it's funny. You're looking at Michigan now, and we were talking about this last year with Zach Hyman and freshman Dylan Larkin. This year you got another freshman that comes in, Kyle Connor. J.T. Compher's a junior, but these 2 guys have found the connection, and you saw Tyler Mott on this, the third guy line. Those 3 guys are the top scorers in the league, and they're all at Michigan. It's amazing.
There were questions about whether Zach Werenski, after being named the top defenseman at the World Juniors, would return to Ann Arbor or go immediately pro. He is back in Ann Arbor, and that's very good news for Red Berenson and this team. More good news for the Wolverines, all the way up to number 6 in this week's USCHO.com poll. Top 5 remains relatively unchanged. North Dakota, Quinnipiac, Providence, BC, and St. Cloud State. Then Michigan is at number 6. Penn State also still inside the top 15. When you look at Michigan right now, Paul, they seem to be a team that is built not just offensively, but with better play from Steve Racine, could be a team that is built for the postseason.
I mean, we talked about it last week. This is Steve Racine's last kick at the can. It's his senior year. It's his last semester. And couple that with what we just talked about, with Zach Werenski coming back, really just solidifies, because he's going to play all the minutes. You got Downing back there as well, so you have a couple veteran guys to go with Racine, and couple with the offense right now and the power play that they have going. They're on all cylinders. It's just a matter of, can they keep it up? As for Michigan State, I understand this is a very tough matchup right now for a team that is struggling defensively.
A year ago, Paul, Michigan State gave up 2.3 goals per game. This year, they're giving up 3.6. That is a seismic leap in the wrong direction for the Spartans. What do you see in terms of what's going wrong with Michigan State, whether it's fundamentals or whether it's simple execution?
I think it's a combination, and I'm really mystified with this one, because I thought coming into this year that these guys were going to be fighting to be at the top of the league. They have a bunch of veterans coming back. They had arguably the best goaltender coming back this year, and it's just breaking down everywhere, and I think it just builds up. We saw it Friday. You know, they get out to a lead, but then they let goals in, and the penalty kill isn't there, and they have some good penalty killers with Cox back there, and then and Hildebrand back there as your wall. It's snowballed where I almost say out of control, where they need to make some drastic changes in their lineup, put some young guys in there, let some of the guys that have not played, give them a chance, because it's not working right now for the older guys.
Jake Hildebrand in his career had put up numbers of 2.3 goals against and a .925 save percentage. This year, that save percentage down at 8.95 and the goals against at 3.4. Not
Amazing.
all Hildebrand's fault,
No.
but the struggles with Tom Anastas' team over the past few years have been goal scoring. They're scoring as much as they have in the past.
Sure.
They're simply not playing that fundamental style of defense, and it has cost them dearly thus far in 2015-2016. Coming up this weekend, Michigan on the road to face Ohio State, while Michigan State also hits the road. Another tough matchup for the Spartans as they travel to play Minnesota.